Okay, now this happened when I was a little kid, and my behind started itching a little bit, and I reached back there and I was scratching, and my grandmother noticed this, and she told my mother, I think she has worms. And they took me in the bathroom, and my grandmother put me over her knee, and she started looking around in my behind with a pair of tweezers searching for a worm, and she pulled one out and said, looky here. And my mother took that worm to the pharmacy and showed it to the pharmacist, and the pharmacist gave them some worm medicine for me. And now that stopped the itching for a while, but then it came back. And I did not want to go through that whole bathroom process of getting the worm out again, because that was just too humiliating and too embarrassing. So I did not scratch in front of them, and I figured if Meemaw can find that worm and get it out and make it stop itching, then maybe I can too. So I went into the bathroom and I pulled down my britches and I squatted over a mirror. And I am not kidding you, one time a worm fell out on the mirror and was laying there wiggling. Now that will stop the itching if you can get that worm out, but then there's probably some other ones up inside there that you can't reach and all that. So what I'm suggesting is that there may be ways for you to take care of your own worm problem, because nowadays the medicines the doctors give you are no longer working because the worms have developed resistance. And so if that is your case, where you go to the doctor and you get medicine for the butt itch and it doesn't stop it, there are some things you can do to help your own behind heal from these worms. And I think we need collective consciousness effort to get rid of these worms, because otherwise they are just going to infest human beings everywhere. And if you leave that infection going on for years and years and years, eventually what's going to happen is they're going to drill holes in your intestines. The intestines are going to get weak, and then you're going to start popping out hemorrhoids everywhere. And then after years and years of getting hemorrhoids, you're going to get fissures. And then the next thing you know, they're going to have to go in there and do surgery to repair those fissures or take tissues out or whatever it is they do. And you do not want to go through all that. And as long as people are walking around with their butts itching, there's probably worm eggs floating around in the air around them, and they're passing them around. And I don't want people passing around worms. So my suggestion is we need to get together here and get our heads all in the same spot, that we are going to make a collective, conscious effort to get rid of worms, period. No more worms among human beings. We need to get rid of them. We worm our cats, we worm our dogs, we worm our livestock. Why are we not worming ourselves? It's time for us to get rid of worms. Now, if you have that butt itch, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of tips on what you can do to get rid of them. And all you have to do is subscribe to my videos, or just go to Worm Guru and look up my videos, and you will find many recipes for how to get rid of these worms naturally, so you don't have to go to the doctor and rely on medicines that probably aren't going to work anyway. Okay? Thank you. Worm Guru here, over and out.